Here's what President Trump had to say at his Michigan rally about the Mueller probe.
The Russia hoax proves more than ever that we need to finish exactly what we came here to do: drain the swamp. The Democrats have to now decide whether they will continue defrauding the public with ridiculous bull. Partisan investigations, or whether they will apologize to the American people.
Joining me now, Washington Times columnist Monica Crowley and Fox News national correspondent Ed Henry. Ladies first. Sorry, Ed. Well, we know how the public feels about this, Monica. We have a poll from Rasmussen I want to put up. 61% of Americans want the Democrats to just move on, but there's some people in the party, the dead enders, they're just going to fight this one out no matter how bad it makes them look.
Well, they are so deeply invested in the big lie, Jesse, the big Trump-Russia collusion lie. They are wholly invested in it, and they won't give it up. I mean, it's embarrassing for them at this point, but they have put so much of their political capital on the line, thinking that Mueller would produce one result and he produced another, exonerating the president, that they feel that their base is going to want this, and that's why they're going to continue even once we have the fuller results of the Mueller report released, and once we begin another investigation, which I think is likely to happen, to look at the origins and execution of the big lie.
Right, it's going to boomerang on them, and they know that, so they have to do some misdirection. Ed, now I guess the new conspiracy theory is that William Barr, the AG, right, is hiding.
He's part of a cover-up or something.
Yes, he's covering up the actual collusion in the Mueller report, and Mueller's just sitting there like this, having it be mischaracterized. Right. Is that fathomable?
When BuzzFeed got one single story wrong, Mueller's team rushed out that statement on a Friday night saying, this is wrong. We want to correct it. I bet Bob Mueller would be out there screaming from the rooftops if Bill Barr was mischaracterizing things. Number one, he's not a Trumper. He served in the Bush 41 administration, Bill Barr. He has his own reputation.
Yeah, and Rosenstein's also involved, too.
Right, and Rosenstein, who wasn't necessarily a fan of the president, was thinking about maybe wearing a wire and invoking the 25th Amendment and all of that messiness. All of a sudden, he's going to let Donald Trump off the hook. Here's the bottom line. You have people who have become collusion truthers almost.
Right.
And I looked this up. Remember, after the end of World War II, there were some Japanese soldiers who would not stop fighting in 1945. I think the last one went all the way to 1974. You can look it up. Decades later.
I think we found one of them. Let's hear the president talk about Adam Schiff on the Intel Committee. Roll the tape.
Many, many people were badly hurt by this scam. But more importantly, our country was hurt. Our country was hurt. And they're on artificial respirators right now. They're getting mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. Little pencil neck Adam Schiff.
So Monica, pencil necks, one of the Japanese dead enders still on the island, afraid to come out because he thinks the war's still going on.
Yeah, look, it's easy to chuckle at the president's very funny line about pencil neck Schiff, but the chairmanship of the House Intelligence Committee is perhaps the most sensitive position in the U.S. Congress. And what I think ought to happen now is a review of Chairman Schiff's security clearance, because it's now known that Chairman Schiff went public to the American people and claimed that he had seen classified information that proved collusion. We know now that wasn't true. He has done this repeatedly. So I think there should be a temporary suspension of his security clearance, which will force him to step down, at least temporarily, from the chairmanship of this committee, while his potential abuses of power have been investigated. And if he's all clear, then he can resume his position. And if it's not, then he should have his security clearance permanently revoked. And one more thing, Jesse, while this is going on, I do not think that the executive branch should be sharing top secret classified information with this committee until the chairmanship's position and status is resolved.
It's a great point. I mean, pull a Brennan. That's what the president did with Brennan. He yanked his security clearance because the guy was so out of control. Ed, I want to go back to the deniers, the people that think this is all this one big cover-up. There's so much more evidence that there was a Clinton cover-up. When you think about smashing the BlackBerries or acid washing the 3,000 emails, even in Benghazi, they forced these guys to sign NDAs, and then the IRS scandal, they lost thousands and thousands of emails. If anything looks like a cover-up, it was on the other side, and the Democrats never said anything back then.
Barack Obama said there was never a smidgen of corruption in his
never a
administration.
smidgen.
That was a famous statement. I think the bottom line is you raise some important points. Democrats have to be careful what they wish for. They say they want transparency. I think they should get it. I think, save for grand jury and national security secrets, they should get as much of the Mueller report as they can.
I agree.
But you know what? The president, the public, and everyone else should make sure that we get as much about John Brennan and James Clapper and what they did to start this whole thing, the FISA warrants and all that. And you talk about the truthers, I could see Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell in front of Trump Tower in 2050 with canes saying, we still have evidence. I mean, that's the joke. You know, they keep saying they have evidence. If there was evidence of collusion, you mean to tell me with all these FBI agents and the subpoenas and the witnesses that
they know
Bob
better
Mueller
than
didn't
everybody.
find it, Bob Mueller didn't find it? Come on.
They know better than everybody. All right, Ed, Monica, thank you guys very much.